Hey guys, it's Marcus from Outdoors Canada. So I'm back in another kitchen recipe video. So outside it's actually extremely cold and snowy, so I can't really do videos out there. So that's why I'm doing so many kitchen videos. So I'm back. Last time I made hardtack, which is a very simple survival food that has been used for many years. So today I'm bringing you a lesser known recipe called Bannock or Bannock. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. It's a very simple bread. So let's get right into it. Alright, so what you're going to need for this tutorial is just some plain white flour, some butter, some sugar, some salt, and some water. You're also going to want some baking soda. Alright, so first in a bowl, what you want to do is add your flour. So what I did is about 1 cup. Now you could do exact measurements. I'm just doing this mostly by eye throughout the entire video. So this will be your dry ingredient stage. Next, add your salt. I'm using some sea salt in a salt shaker. It doesn't need to be perfect. Just measure some out in your hand and put it in the flour. Next, I'm just going to grab a whisk and just mix up all the salt evenly throughout the flour so that it's evenly, consistently salt. Next, what you're going to want to do is grab your baking soda. Now, I do not actually have baking soda, so I saw something online that vinegar works as well. So I did about maybe a teaspoon of that. So I'm going to mix that through. I didn't do too much just because it's a lighter vinegar, so I shouldn't taste it too much. Then get your butter and you want to go ahead and melt this up. I just put it in the microwave for 30 seconds. So then mix this up. I don't recommend using a whisk, and you'll see why in a second. You should probably use a spoon. So mix it all up while adding your water slowly, not too fast. And don't add it all at once because the dough needs to be a precise moisture to dryness. Because you don't want it to be like hardtack where it's too dry, but you don't want it to be too wet. And if you keep adding flour, then the taste will become more diluted from the flour. So just go ahead and mix that up. So here you can see why not to use a whisk, because it gets stuck. Alright, so there we go. Now you can start mixing this by hand. That's pretty much it. But you also want to go ahead and add your sugar during the dry mix. I forgot about that. So I just added in during this wet stage. It doesn't matter because it's not fully mixed up yet. So just add about a spoon, teaspoon, or tablespoon, depending on how sweet you want it. So I'm just going to go ahead and mix this up by hand. And here we have the finished dough. So, there it is. You can see it's still a little moist. It has some elasticity, so it stretches, and that's what you want. Alright, so now on your stove, what you want to do is just go ahead and grab your dough right now. You just want to flatten it out to about 1/2 inch or the thickness of your hand, about. So grab a pan, and what you want to do is put it on a medium heat. There you go. So there's high and there's medium. And you want to just get that pan nice and hot. Then what you want to do is go ahead and grab some oil. Now you could use pretty much whatever oil you want. I'm using some olive oil just because the olive oil taste isn't that strong, but it doesn't really matter. You could use grapeseed oil or whatever you want. So then you want to go ahead and let that oil get nice and hot. Not like smoking hot, but pretty hot. So I'm just going to move it around my pan so it gets evenly spread out. You're also going to want some tongs. Alright, so now that the oil has been sitting on the heat for a little bit, what you can do to test if it's hot enough is grab just a piece of your dough and put it in the pan. So you should see it start to sizzle, so I'm just going to quickly zoom in on that. So you can see that it is sizzling, almost like it's deep frying, but not that hot. So I'm going to unzoom it, and now what you want to do, you can just take that little piece out. Just going to spread the oil around. Yeah, we don't need that in there. And what you can go ahead and do is just grab your dough. Just going to fix that and just make sure it's still 1/2 inch, and just place it in the pan. You should hear it start to sizzle. And now what you want to do is just leave it on the heat for about 3 minutes each side, or until golden brown. So I'm just going to show you up close. It's sizzling. So leave that for 3 minutes, and then we'll come back to the next side. Alright, so now that it's been about 3 minutes, grab your tongs and go ahead and flip it over. So I'll show you what it looks like. You can see it's golden brown, it's a little crispy, and that's exactly what you want. Now you can go ahead, put that back in. Now what you can also do is add a bit more oil if it all absorbed. And now you're going to leave that for another 3 minutes or until golden brown. Alright, so now that it's been 3 minutes, I flipped it over and you can see that's what the other side looks like. So it's definitely a little more crispy. It's still soft. So I'll go ahead and give you a little close up on that. There you go. Golden brown. So now what you want to do is put that aside and grab a plate. And what I did is I just put some paper towels so that the oil can just absorb, because you don't need all that excess oil. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab the tongs and put my fried bread right in there. And I'm going to set this to cool. You can just pat the oil off if you want. It's up to you. Alright, so that's pretty much it. I have the fried bread right here. So here, I'll cut it in half so I can show you the middle. So yeah, basically this is just almost fried bread. So you can see the inside, it's soft, but it is slightly cooked because of the oil, and the outside is crispy. It's still a little hot. So now, while this isn't like hardtack and it'll last you 50 years, it's a lot softer, definitely, and it's a lot easier to eat, and it tastes a lot better. Now, what people would traditionally do is they would add raisins or other berries. Now, what people also do is they add jam to the top, or you can just eat it plain. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is just give it a little taste test, just so you can see that it is legit. So here's my piece right there. Still a little hot. So yeah, I do like it more than hardtack because it's soft, it's easy to eat, it tastes nice. It's still a little hot, but I really like how it's been fried like that. It's not like normal bread, and the outside's nice and crispy, but the inside is soft. So yeah, I would go ahead and try this out. This is good if you need a something to eat on a camping trip, or let's say you're going fishing for the day or a couple days on the boat. So here it is. So you can see it's nice and soft. Outside's crispy, still hot. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're enjoying all these recipe videos I'm trying to do, because it's pretty snowy outside. It's snowing right now actually, and I can't do many videos outside. So once spring comes, I will be doing more archery videos. I have a big video planned for the spring, so stay tuned. So hope you enjoyed this recipe, how to make bannock or bannock bread. Now actually you can also do it in the oven and bake it, but this is more how it's been done. So hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.